Coach, 40 points for Paige in the Sweet 16. Have you ever seen a player go off for 19 points in a row like she did for you guys in the fourth quarter? How did that feel for you to watch that?
You know, I'm not aware of it, the exact number, so I'm not counting them up. Hey, that's 7, that's 12, that's 15. You just know that, okay, she's on a roll. How can we get her more opportunities? And, you just kind of sit back and enjoy it and appreciate it, that so much is expected from her, and for her to deliver even more than what's expected of her. I'm just, really proud of how she handles all that attention, all that pressure that comes her way.
Earlier in the season, you were saying that you wanted her to take over games more, and now she's giving you back-to-back games where she scored more than 30 points. What have you noticed that's different about her in the tournament so far?
Well, I mean, last year, in the Big East and in the NCAA tournament, she averaged like 30 points a game. So I'm not that impressed yet,
40 doesn't do it for you.
40. If she hadn't been so lame-brained, then the first half she would have 50. So that's how I keep her motivated. That's how I just, when you're watching it, you kind of gauge how much she's grown, how she stops thinking about are people going to think I'm selfish? Are people going to think, like she was complaining she only had 1 assist? See, because the expectation that even she has on herself is, I want to get 40 points and 10 assists. Great, but that's not realistic a lot of times, So she puts a lot of pressure on herself to be very efficient, and sometimes, that keeps her from not worrying about, how many shots I take. Nobody else cares, so she's finally realizing, and that's what my team needs for me to do, and she's doing it.
I have to ask you about Ashlin. She gave you 12 points, but a lot of her buckets were very timely for you guys, especially in the second quarter. How do you feel about the way she stepped up in this game?
Yeah, she kind of kept it alive for us in the first half, right? She was the only one that could make anything. And then I thought she got fouled and one in the corner there in front of our bench. But Ash just, she took a really hard fall down the other end, and that's why we took her out. She came over to the bench, and she just plays so hard, She's so competitive, and she sneaks up on you, Everybody's guarding AZ with a really good player. They're guarding Paige with their best defensive player. They got Sarah guarded, and she just kind of sneaks around, and right when you need her, she drills a couple threes or makes a bucket. It takes a lot. It takes a lot of people to get to where we're going, and tonight was a perfect example of that.
Paige, 40 points in the Sweet 16. You started off strong with 11 in the first quarter, didn't score in the second quarter, but what changed for you after halftime to end up finishing with 40?
I think just wanting to stay aggressive. We all talked about it at halftime that we were getting good shots, we were getting the looks we wanted, they just weren't falling. So trying to stay aggressive in that mentality and dig down on defense and really, use that to fuel our offense, and I thought we did a good job of just making sure our defense never wavered as shots didn't fall, and just trying to energize that. And then, just staying aggressive like we talked about.
Yeah. You're the first UConn player with back-to-back 30-point games in the NCAA tournament. What's been different for you over the past couple of games?
I think we all just want to win, keep the season going as long as possible. And I think what a lot of people don't see is Geno, Sarah, Ice getting me open, setting extremely good screens for me, and then the guards, Caitlin, KK, Ash, AZ, just getting me the ball when I'm open, and just all of them having that confidence in me and as a team that on any given night it can be anybody. And just I think we're just really well connected as a team right now and stepping up for each other whenever we need it. And I think, to me, the game was about Ice, Jana, and Sarah holding down the paint, rebounding. They have a really good interior team offensively and defensively, so huge shout out to them.
I got to ask you about Ashlin. She gave you guys 12 points at this one, but most of her buckets were really timely for you guys. How do you feel about the way she stepped up in this game?
Yeah, Ash is clutch. She knows when she needs to make a play, and she does it every single time, consistently, offensively and defensively, the way she picked up the pressure and set the tone that way. But she's just a gamer. She comes out and she performs. She does have experience from last year, so using that experience, I thought she did a great job.
All right, Paige, what a performance for you. Congratulations.
Thank you. Appreciate it.